Self-Centered, and part 6 of the Theory of Revolution tour. I think I called it Theory of Relativity a video or two back, and that was just wrong of me, but I'm not going to edit that in post, because I have no post. Next day, we were off to Milwaukee, Wisconsin, home of beer, cheese, and the return of the Gossicles, for one night only. Milwaukee was great. It was Club Anything, which was this fantastic little club. Not a great turnout, unfortunately, but a midweek event, and, you know, those things happen. Again, walking around taking pictures. This time it was cool enough I could wear my King Scarlet tunic, and it got a couple compliments and comments from people on the street about it, who rather enjoyed seeing it, even though it's the States and I'm wearing British colors. The green room was amazing. A large space, pool table, which we played consistently and constantly while we were waiting to go on. Our own little bar, our own little space, a lot of lounging. We pretty much set the video camera up and let it run while we talked about a lot of things. And again, where's the footage? Be nice to see it. From Milwaukee, we headed off to a little place, a fantastic little place, called La Crosse, Wisconsin, to the Warehouse. Big old building. Amazing building. I got to DJ for the first time on this tour. Now, if I'm just driving and being in a band, I don't mind DJing. It doesn't distract or detract a lot from what I'm doing. When I'm tour managing, I shouldn't DJ, because I've got a lot of other priorities. The bands, their merch, the tour, the places, the people, the promoters, the clubs, and DJing is a half hour, an hour and a half out of, you know, whatever I could be doing for them. One of the things that led to an early argument, and I'm very glad that it turned out the way it did, was that Nikki wanted to DJ all over the place, and I said, well, you know, I DJ a lot. I would like to DJ in certain cities too. And, you know, she kind of allowed me a couple of them. I'm glad that, you know, she was going to DJ a lot of them. I'm glad that when she left the tour, still only had that couple, because, you know, where she was going to DJ, we just, local person. Unfortunately, the Warehouse didn't have a local person, so I ended up DJing. I believe it was originally supposed to be a Nikki spot. One point I'm setting up, and from behind me I hear Elf, and there's a mutual friend of my own and several other people, someone I knew from Ottawa, and unfortunately, love, I've forgotten your name. I'm really bad that way. I'm horrible with names. But even though the turnout was very small, we did sell some good merch, and she took us across the street for some drinks and stuff. Unfortunately, while DJing, the really old decks that they had died. I donated a couple of decks through another member of DSOL to hopefully get down to La Crosse, Wisconsin about a year ago. And I'm hoping they got there, because I'm sorry. I mean, I know the deck was on its last legs, but I'm sorry I was the guy who pushed it over the edge into oblivion. Then we had a day off. A day off to travel, to do laundry, to relax. Okay, most of the band relaxed. I drove. And then it was Minneapolis, Minnesota. Minneapolis, Minnesota was the Triple Rock Social Club. A beautiful club, really. Nice screen room, excellent setup, really well done. Good food in the attached restaurant. Just a fantastic place. I got to run around the city a bit, do a bit of shopping, because we got there lots of early, because we had the day off the day before, and I got to see a friend of mine from many years ago who is working and succeeding beautifully in the theater business, a place where his heart and soul belong, and married, two fantastic kids with his beautiful wife. Tim, dude, I envy your success. I really do. Your life is, I am glad, here's to you. Here is to you, Tim. You've done well, sir. You've done fantastically. So, got to do coffee with him and catch up. It's nice talking on social sites, but you know what? Sitting down over coffee is fantastic. You connect. You talk. It was wonderful seeing someone from so long in the past in a city I hadn't been to since the early 80s. Wrapped up the night. And this is, as a tour manager, what I think tour managers should do. You don't only chase around and make sure everything's taken care of, and there's food and there are drinks in the green room and the booze is taken care of, and everything else is going on. But we got in the bus, and periodically they would offer people from the audience tours of the bus. Oh, and by the way, the opening band was a local band called Thought Thieves. If you get a chance to see these guys, it's been 2 years. Hope they're together, because they were great. They were fantastic. They really were. I got to the point where I enjoyed watching the other bands as much as if not more, than I enjoyed being on the stage as part of For All the Emptiness performing. It was a rush performing, but it was even more fun watching and dancing to the other bands. And learning, finding out new stuff. So anyways, we get everyone on the bus, and they're giving a few people a tour. And I'm sitting in the front, and I pop up with the laptop because the club has got Wi-Fi, so I figured time to catch up with things, which I could do periodically. Hop onto chat places and social sites and stuff, and just kind of go, I'm still alive, I've got about an hour to talk. Well, I told them, we're planted for an hour. The night's over. We got some travel, but the next city's, a good distance. You guys have got some people in the back. You're partying, you're drinking, you're having fun. We always had food. I was the main shopper as well for food. I tried to do it on a budget and still get decent food that people would like. I listened to what they wanted, what they suggested. I did have to buy supplies from time to time, certain things for the toilet or toilet paper or shampoo or, plastic bag, garbage bags, garbage daily. Daily. It was, I was the mother for a whole mess of teenagers, which, again, I wouldn't have traded for the world. But I'm sitting up front, and I'm typing away and chatting with some friends and letting them know that I'm still doing well and on tour, and feeling a little kind of burned out, but I'm still rolling along and doing well. And there's a rap on my window. There's a knocking on my window. It wasn't a raven. It was one of the guys from one of the bands, a keyboardist. I'm not going to say who, but he said, dude, we have this fan, a young lady and we got her in the back in the shower, and we don't have any condoms, and she really wants to, you know what I mean? And I went, give me a moment, and reached into my stash of things that band members may have needed, and handed him one. And he said, well, there are two of us, and I handed him a second. And he went, wow, you're a good tour manager. And I said, dude, what you people need, what you want, I'm here to provide. And that's what a tour manager does. A tour manager, Nikki, does not think of themselves. A tour manager does not think of the glory they're going to have cast upon themselves by this tour. They're not thinking about the connections they're going to make that are going to make them a more important, more well-known person. They think of the bands. They think of the audience. They think of the clubs they're going to, and how to make everything work, and how to make everything a better experience for everyone involved. And that's why I'm angry with you. That is where you fell down. Like many people in this world, and you're not the only one. In the entertainment business, there's a lot of ego, and people think of themselves. But there are those of us who, when we say the word community, mean community. And we do it for the people watching this, for the people not watching this, for the people that come out to the nights, for the people that listen to the music, collect the music, follow the bands, play the music, spin the music, for the people that make this beautiful, wonderful, incredible experience called a club night happen. All of them. That's what a tour manager does. And when you learn that, you'll be a good tour manager. Not a moment before. Tune in for the next one, ladies and gentlemen, when Elf Centered goes to part 7. This is kind of leading on, ain't it? But you know what? I can't shut up about the good stuff in life. Neither should you. Have a great night.